presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner and official military branch of the MHSAA. My Student Aid, Michigan's go-to resource for student financial aid. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And Sneth Camp Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, serving Metro Detroit since 1926. From inside the State Champs Sports Network studio, always one of the biggest shows of the year. Welcome to State Champs, people. We're presented by Lawrence Tech. I'm Lauren Plant. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride.
I'm Jenna Skalski, and today's magic number is 16. Why? Because we will have 16 highlights in 23 minutes. We've got every football state semifinal, and add the recruit report, the MHSAA minute, and the clip of the week. The State Champs production team working until the early morning Saturday night to fit it all in.
I know it. And in order to give both of the 8-player state championships the coverage they deserve, we put it online. Find it on our website and our socials. Plus, quick note, girls volleyball and girls swim fans, yes, we filmed all the state finals. And yes, your special state championship edition of both sports. It will premiere Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving at 3 p.m. on StateChampsNetwork.com, our State Champs Michigan Facebook page, and our State Champs TV YouTube channel. Subscribe right now. You'll be notified when the premiere is about to start.
We do it all for you, the fans, so let's go.
I'm Jake Durant from the UP. Let's go to the Superior Dome for the Division 7 state semifinal between Iron Mountain and Pewamo Westphalia. Early first quarter, no score. Iron Mountain strikes first. Marcus Johnson gets the edge, and he's going to dive over the pylon for 6. 7-0 Iron Mountain after the extra point. The Pirates answer with a long drive that ends with this quarterback keeper by Ethan Thielen from a yard out. We're tied at 7. After a Mountaineer 3 and out, the Pirates would put together another solid drive. Thielen connecting with Aaron Bears for the big game, setting up this 1-yard rushing score by Carter Thielen. Pewamo up 14-7 with 3:31 left in the first quarter. With less than a minute to go in the half, the Pirates threatening again. Tanner Worth takes the pitch, and he's able to truck his way into the end zone. Pewamo Westphalia advances to the state finals with a 43-7 win over Iron Mountain.
I'm Greg Molson with a Division 7 state semifinal. Cass City in the semis for the first time ever, taking on a Jackson Lumen Christi team that won the last 3 Division 6 state championships. The Titans get the first big play on the final play of the first quarter. Brendan Wilson throwing it deep for Jack Kelly. He takes it down to the 3-yard line to set up the game's first score. That was the beginning of a big second quarter for Lumen Christi. It's Walker Plate with a 17-yard run to make it 13-0. The Titans did not have a single offensive play in the third, but they still add to their lead. Bryce Fernald is picked off by who else but Walker Plate. He takes it back the other way, all the way. Plate's third touchdown of the day sends Lumen Christi back to Ford Field with a 27-0 win.
I'm Ryan Slocum. In Division 1, Davison took on Sterling Heights Stevenson with a trip to Ford Field on the line. And the Titans offense opened the playbook in the second with a double reverse back to the quarterback, Biagio Madonna, who gets in the groove, finding a wide open Kwiatkowski for a 72-yard touchdown. Stevenson led it 14-6 at the break. The Titans continued with the big plays in the third. Jordan Ramsey already with a 73-yard score through the air. This one from 50 yards on the ground. Stevenson goes up 21-6. But Davison has a ray of light. Brendan Sullivan keeps it himself and falls into the paint. The two-pointer is good, making it a one-possession game at 27-20 heading into the fourth. 3:30 to play in the game. The Cardinals in striking distance again, and it's Sully dropping it off to Logan Pasco, who takes it in. The point after is good, and they go to overtime tied at 27. The Cardinals got the ball first, and it's the South Dakota commit, Caleb Smith, bouncing outside and in. He puts Davison on top 34-27. So the Titans have to find the end zone to stay alive. And on fourth down, The Cardinals D locks down. Davison comes back to win it 34-27. The Cardinals advance to their first state championship game in school history. We go back to Novi High School for the Division II semifinal. Detroit King making its 5th straight semis appearance, taking on the Maples from Seaholm. The Crusaders would strike on the opening play of the game. The Maryland-bound Henny Boone breaks free down the sideline and goes 83 yards to the crib. He finished the night with 170 yards on the ground. The Crusaders led it 13-3 after the first quarter, and the King offense in full gear in this one. The freshman quarterback Dante Moore connects with Marshawn Lee. The senior does the rest, 68 yards to the house. Detroit King moving on to the state finals for the 4th time in 5 years. 60-17 is the final.
This is Alan True from 24/7 Sports with this week's State Champs Recruit Report, brought to you by My Student Aid. Grand Rapids Godwin Heights has a junior prospect receiving major Division I attention in defensive end / offensive tackle Ruquan Buckley. Buckley came into last weekend holding several Division I offers, including a few at the Power 5 level, and left Ann Arbor with one more as he visited the Michigan Wolverines and picked up an offer from the Maize and Blue. One decommitment that happened was River Rouge running back DeAndre Bully, a bruising 225-pound senior who's having an outstanding season for his team this year. Bully was committed to the University of Akron, but has now reopened his process. For this week's State Champs Recruit Report, I'm Alan True.
The Recruit Report is brought to you by My Student Aid, Michigan's go-to resource for student financial aid. Go to michigan.gov/MIStudentAid for more information.
Let's talk about what you have to look forward to this winter. We will have 3 shows a week premiering on 3 different days. Wednesdays are for the hockey fans. Hockey Time will feature a minimum of 6 highlights a week, as well as insight from Sean Belegian and Jonathan Kidd. Thursdays for my boys basketball faithful. Hang Time will also have a minimum of 6 highlights, as well as Lauren Plant, TJ Kelly, and Scott Bernstein breaking it all down. Fridays are for the girls basketball fans, and wrestling, gymnastics, bowling, boys swimming, skiing, and competitive cheer. The Winter Roundup will feature highlights from across the state you won't see anywhere else. We will be the home for high school sports in the state of Michigan.
I've always been really good at math and science, and I knew I wanted to work in healthcare, but not as a doctor. So I chose Lawrence Tech's biomedical engineering program. I've pushed myself to take internships like this one at a hospital in an orthopedic research lab. Thanks to Lawrence Tech's unique hands-on style of education, I'm graduating with a published research paper and a job. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
The greatest honor a high school senior student athlete can earn, Detroit Athletic Club's Athlete of the Year. You're one of the tops in your sport. Prioritize education and giving back, like Cassius Winston, Megan Bobian, Rakia Jackson, and Aiden Hutchinson did. 6 male, 6 female nominees earn $1,000 in scholarship money, with $5,000 each to be awarded at a red carpet gala in downtown Detroit. Nominations accepted now. Download the application, dacathleteoftheyear.com.
You do know you want a contest to spend the whole day with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just want to sit here and eat this delicious pizza?
We could do other things.
That was the best day ever!
Treat yourself to the world's first stuffed flavored crust pizza. And now for just $6.99, try our new stuffed Howie bread filled with fresh mozzarella and cheddar cheese.
Hungry?
Howie's!
I'm Kevin Trozinski, and let's go to Walled Lake Central for this Division V semifinal matchup between Almont and Detroit Denby. Almont has not made it this far in the playoffs since 2013, and for the Tars, this is the farthest they have ever been. And it did not take long for the Raiders to strike gold. Halfway through the first quarter, senior running back Jack Paulpert takes the rock on the sweep, bounces to the outside edge, and plows his way through to the end zone for the score to put Almont up 7-zip. and here the Raiders look to add more to the scoreboard. Senior quarterback Josh Hellbuck fakes the give, and he will heave one in the air to a wide-open Jack Paulpert in stride for the touchdown. Almont up big 16-0 at the break. After a Denby turnover, Almont marched down the field and continued to dominate with the run game. Jack Paulpert once again gets the call, and he fights his way to pay dirt. Almont would tack on another score to increase their lead even more, 30-0. It was all Almont in this one. Senior Lucas DeLauer with the rock. He waits until the hope bursts wide open, and all he has is daylight on the 65-yard score. Almont is headed to Ford Field after defeating Denby 36-8 the final. Almont is the first Blue Water Conference team to reach the state finals.
I'm Jeremy Otto, and we head to Howell High School as Belleville took on Brighton in Division I action. Brighton looking to become the first Livingston County team in history to ever make a state final. Belleville also looking for their first appearance. Belleville scored in the opening drive of the game and led 6-0. 2 minutes to go in the first, Brighton recovered a fumble on the Belleville 15-yard line to eventually set up this play from the 1, and it's Nicholas Nemzek who finishes it off with the TD. Brighton on top 7-6. To the second we go. Opening play, Christian Drew Reed hits Dion Burks, who hauls it in with the dive for the 29-yard score. Belleville snatches the lead back 13-7. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half now. Brighton looking to capitalize on a long drive of their own. Colby Newberg charges it up the middle and drags the pile into the end zone to cap off an 8-minute time-crunching drive the right way. The Bulldogs would take this 14-13 lead into halftime. Fast forwarding to the fourth frame, just 20 seconds into it, Belleville puts it in the hands of Ty Trayon Lewis, who weaves his way to the house for 6. The Tigers would miss the 2-point try and led 19-14. 50.1 ticks left. Brighton smelling an upset now. Colby Newberg drops back, rolls to his left, chucks a jump ball for Nicholas Nemzek, who brings it down. The Bulldogs would convert the 2-point conversion and now led 22-19. Belleville with one last shot. Drew Reed lofts it up, but it's just incomplete, which triggered celebration time for Brighton. The Bulldogs advance to Ford Field to take on Davison for the Division I crown. To D8 and hometown media's coverage of Reading and Fowler. Reading jumped out to a quick start and we're up 14-0 with 7 minutes to go in the first. Fowler senior QB Caden Pung fades back and floats it up for Carter Pline, who hauls it in. Extra point no good. Reading still with a 14-6 lead. Reading would have an answer with time winding down in the first quarter, however. Elijah Strine gets the handoff, plows his way through the left side, and stretches into the blue paint. The Rangers would miss the 2-point conversion and led 20-6. 9 seconds to go in the half. Reading up 34-18. Colton Bassage back to pass, fakes the pitch, instead looks for a wide open Ben Affolder for the TD. Reading would never look back and took the game 62-18.
I'm Ryan Slocum. In Division 8, Beale City looking to get to the title game for the first time since 2013, taking on an Ubly team trying to get there for the first time since 2008. The Aggies in scoring position in the third. Trey Small with a big play. He slips a tackle and puts BC up 21-14. Same score in the final minute. Ubly with a chance to tie. Sweeney throws it up to Oberski, who rips it away from the defender for the touchdown. The Cats decide to go for 2 in the win, but the pass falls incomplete. Beale City hangs on to beat Ubly 21-20. The Aggies will face the defending state champs from Reading in the D8 title game. We go to Division 6, Monroe news coverage of the final play between Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central and Onstead. This is Wyatt Bergmoser for SMCC knocking in the 20-yard field goal as time expires, giving St. Mary Catholic Central the win, 17-14.
Today, we're going to show you how to become a registered MHSAA game official. It's easy. Start by going to the MHSAA website and click on Officials in the heading. From there, click on the big red letters that say Register Now. If you've never officiated with us before, click on Become an Official and fill out all of the requested information. After you've done that, just answer a few questions, including agreeing to a criminal history check, select your sport, and pay the registration fees, which are among the lowest in the nation. You'll still need to pass a general exam and fulfill some general principles of officiating requirements. Next, get connected with the local officials association. It's the best way to get trained, get games, and get you started in this new adventure in officiating. Every year, we need at least 1,500 new officials, so join us. And if you're unable for whatever reason, you can help keep our new officials, or for that matter, all officials, in the game by showing them respect for just getting out there. Think of every game as a 4-lane highway. There's one for players, one for coaches, one for officials, and one for fans. So fans, don't cause an accident, stay in your lane. Let the coaches coach, the players play, the officials officiate, and just enjoy the game. For more information, visit our website at mhsaa.com. Helps wanted, just whistle.
State Champs is the original high school sports show, and State Champs Sports Network is always on, 24/7, delivering the content you want on the platform you choose. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and StateChampsNetwork.com. Coming in 2020, the State Champs app.
Donovan Edwards bullies his way through this crowd of Highlanders.
State Champs Sports Network is always on. Follow, like, subscribe, and share.
I'm on the Blue Devil football team, and that's a great place to be because other colleges wouldn't let me be both a football player and a nursing student. And just because I'm a dog on the field doesn't mean I can't take care of people. And man, do I love people. The small class size at LTU give me awesome access to my nursing professors. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
The ones who wake up every morning ready to take on the world. The ones who push their limits to be better than the rest. You're looking to join a team of leaders who want to be challenged. You want to be pushed to your limits. You value freedom and think you have what it takes. The ones with speed, strength, intellect, and determination. Michigan Army National Guard. We see you.
It's time again for you to register your League of Legends team for the State Champs Esports 4th Annual Tournament hosted by Lawrence Tech. We're looking for the top 64 high school League of Legends teams to battle it out to be crowned the best in the Midwest. With thousands of scholarship dollars at stake, you need to register your team today at statechampsesports.net.
I'm Zach Herrick from the West Michigan area. In Division II, Mona Shores and Walled Lake Western meeting at Okemos High School. No shortage of points in this one. Sailor quarterback Caden Broersma goes down with an injury, but junior Brady Rose would step up. He scores from 3 yards out here to make it 28-14 Mona in the second. But on the ensuing kickoff, Walled Lake Western CJ Brown going to get the toss back on the return, and from his own 14-yard line going to hurdle a defender, break a tackle, and wins the race to the end zone 86 yards. That cuts the Sailors' lead to just 7. In the fourth, Warriors down 49-48, but Brown going to take the handoff, goes 18 yards for the score to put Western up 56-49 after a 2-point conversion. Just 21 seconds left in the game, Mona down 7, and it's Rose again, his 5th touchdown of the game, and that leaves the Sailors just an extra point away from tying it. But wait, head coach Matt Koziak going to take a timeout. Mona Shores opts to go for 2 in the win. Rose would get it done. He leaps into the end zone. Mona Shores advances to the state championship for the 2nd straight year. In Division III, Muskegon taking on DeWitt at East Kentwood High School. The Big Reds waste no time. Just over a minute in, Cam Martinez using his arm to go up top to Amari Crowley. An 80-yard score, a perfect pass there. 7-zip Muskegon early. And at the end of the first, Martinez again, this time 19 yards on the ground. It was looking like another Muskegon blowout as they led it 14-0. But DeWitt would not go away. In the second quarter, Andrew Strofar to Tommy McIntosh, the sophomore, wins the jump ball for the touchdown, 14-7 at that point in the game. Later, in the third quarter, the Panthers strike again. Andrew Debris from 5 yards out, that ties the game at 21-all going into the fourth. The defenses would play tough in the final 12 minutes until this. Just over 2 minutes left. Martinez jukes out a couple of defenders on a 20-yard touchdown scamper. Muskegon holds off DeWitt 28-21. They advance to their 4th straight state championship game. To Division 4, Grand Rapids Catholic Central taking on Division 5 state champion last season, Unity Christian at Jenison High School. Cougars up 7-0 in the first quarter. Unity goes to the air, but Matt Moore is there for the interception. He goes 51 yards the other way for the GRCC touchdown. 14-zip at that point. It'd be 14-7 in the second quarter when Catholic Central sophomore Joey Silveri takes it himself. Some nice moves on that 17-yard touchdown. Cougars jump out to a 21-7 lead. Seconds before halftime, the Crusaders opting for a 48-yard field goal attempt from kicker Grant Balser, and he has just enough leg as that is good. 28-10 Catholic Central at the half. But in the second, it was all Catholic Central. Silveri using his feet once again, this time going to elude defenders, go 65 yards for the score. The Cougars win this one on a running clock, 56-17, as Unity Christian's title defense comes to an end. In Division 6, Montague and Glen Lake meeting at Clare High School. GU up 14-10 in the third quarter when quarterback Drew Collins puts on some nifty moves here and goes 35 yards for the score. Montague up 21-10. Glen Lake trailing 24-17 on the final play of regulation, and Reese Hazelton finds Finn Hogan in the end zone. He makes the grab from 10 yards out. That ties us at 24 and sends the game to overtime. Montague gets the ball first in OT. Drew Collins gets in from 5 yards out to take a 30-24 lead, but the extra point attempt would be no good, and Glen Lake would capitalize on that on 4th and goal from the 5. Last chance again for Glen Lake, and Hazelton finds Brett Peterson. That's ruled a catch and a touchdown. The extra point is good, and Glen Lake advances to the state championship game, 31-30, an absolute overtime thriller in that one.
I'm Jeremy Otto. Back to MHSAA TV as Country Day faces Flint Powers in Division 4 action. Early stages of the second quarter, Country Day looking to get on the board first. Chris Ray receives the rock, bounces it to the outside once, then twice until he finds himself in the end zone. Country Day would score twice more and took the game 21-0. The Yellow Jackets will take on Grand Rapids Catholic Central for the D4 title. We go back to Division 5 for Lansing Catholic and Kingsley. Lansing Catholic looking to get on the board first. Zach Gillespie drifts back, hits Griffin Hodgkins on the sideline, works it all the way and finds nothing but green turf in front of him. 80-yard TD strike. Lansing Catholic would hold on to win 28-14 to face Almont in the D5 final.
I admit it, I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
You ready, Darius?
Let's do it. Anybody want an autograph?
Autograph? We're here for the stuffed crust pizza.
Stuffed crust pizza? Hey, who do you think you are? End of the line, pal.
Treat yourself to the world's first stuffed flavored crust pizza. And now, for just $6.99, try our new stuffed Howie bread.
Hungry? Howie's! State Champs High School Sports Show is Western Michigan's home for football highlights. Champs High School Sports Show. Your teams, your games, your highlights. Welcome back to State Champs. We have one game left. Division III state semifinals. Chelsea taking on River Rouge in this week's main event. Dearborn High School, the site for this main event in Division III. 12-0 Chelsea facing off against 11-1 River Rouge, a rematch from the 2017 district final. Chelsea finished state runners-up in Division IV a year ago. Scoreless affair mid-second quarter. Griffin Murphy hands it off to Mitch Reynolds, and the senior finds the hole. He doesn't disappoint. Chelsea took the 7-zip lead into the locker room. Same score in the fourth. Marian Grabowski has 1,000 yards this season, both running and throwing the rock. This is a keeper. He's in. We were knotted at 7. 4 minutes to go in the game. Panthers looking for the lead. The Punisher, DeAndre Bully, over 1,800 yards rushing, gets the call, scores his 21st touchdown on the campaign. Rouge now with a 7-point advantage. And it all came down to a 4th down for the Bulldogs, needing a completion to keep the game alive. Murphy is going for it. Airs one to Joe Taylor, but the ball sails. Victory complete for River Rouge. The Panthers are heading back to Ford Field for the second time in the last 5 years, where Muskegon awaits.
Now time for the MHSAA Clip of the Week. We head back to Belleville and Brighton for this highlight reel grab by Nicholas Nemzik to seal an upset win for the Bulldogs. This has been your MHSAA Clip of the Week.
What a show, right? The State Champs production team showing up and showing out. If you missed any part of the show, watch it online at statechampsnetwork.com or any of the State Champs Michigan socials.
Next week, it's the high school football state championships. We'll be there, and congratulations to all the teams that'll be there too. We also send props to all of our new volleyball and swim state champs.
That's right. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Thanksgiving. Next stop, Ford Field. State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner and official military branch of the MHSAA. My Student Aid, Michigan's go-to resource for student financial aid. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And Snethkamp Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, serving Metro Detroit since 1926.